I clicked the button a long time ago. What's going on, guys? Glad to be back, man. We took a week off there because we were all busy and some of us were missing in action. But here we are. I'm casting live out of Victoria, Texas. I'm Michael. You want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, this is Zach out of Houston, Third Coast.
Third Coast.
I'm Jake out of Victoria.
Same house, actually. He's like right down the hall from me.
We're in the same house?
That's what that weird bump in the middle of the night was. This is Ryan from Houston as well.
So what's going on, guys? Glad we're back. Glad to be back in front of the camera. Glad I get to see all y'all's beautiful faces.
I am missing y'all.
Hell yeah, man.
Ryan, I want your face to hold me. Like
that's physically possible. I would do it.
Put your hand on the camera.
I'm gonna get real close.
I can almost touch you right now. It's so weird.
I'll go touch him for you if you want.
Jake, can you go touch? Be my relay, Jake. Be my relay.
It's like Jake's your avatar.
Right.
Jake's your sweet avatar.
Not like that.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
So we're missing Josh today. He's I don't know where he is. Somewhere between here and San Diego, right?
As his brother, like I feel like you should know, but then again, like you didn't even know he was fucking MIA.
I didn't know he was going on this trip, but yeah, Josh went on a trip, I guess, to get some more. I guess continuing education in his field. Apparently he's learning some new stuff about powder coating, and stuff's coming out real good. He sent us that pic of a cup.
The laser cutter.
Oh, it was the laser cutter. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
he was doing some work with that cup, and they put the Imperial Eagle, the Aquila on that cup. Looked badass.
Yeah, that two-tone's
That's
gonna
awesome.
change everything.
So
y'all thought you knew the kind of swag we could pop out. Y'all don't even know.
yeah,
Changed the whole fucking game.
but Josh made this trip on his motorcycle, and it's
Oh, what a badass.
Yeah. Let him tell you how much of a badass he was once he got here. In fact, I think he was hating life by the end of it.
I just honestly I honestly think about like just the trip that we took to Chicago in a nice, comfortable van, and you take that level of trip and you put that on a motorcycle. And I just imagine how many times I had to shit, and like the only thing that stopped me from crap my pants was the fact that I could kind of lock
You
it in.
pinch it, right? You get adjusted, right?
Yeah, like.
There's no
On a bike.
vibrations. There's no vibrations squeezing it out or whatever.
And then he eats all that sugar-free shit. So it's that was probably chaos the whole way there. There's probably not a clean McDonald's between here and California. I guarantee it.
It's like I'm summoning some demons.
Yeah, that's probably why I thought about that Astartes disposal question. He's probably thinking up some kind of new way to just shit right off the bike without having to stop.
The fucking the marathon runners just
Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Did he ride through the night? Does anybody know? We haven't talked to him, so we haven't heard the stories of how awesome it is. But do y'all know if he rode through the night or?
I know he did because he I guess wasn't planning on the time frame, or he didn't gauge it right, or had some mishaps with the bike, and so that last day before he made it to San Diego, he had to be there by a certain time, and he said he rode all night to get there. I don't know what happened last night since we talked to him last though.
He said something was happening with his bike, and I think his son was having problems with his bike on the way over there. He was having a lot of flats, and then when And then when they got there, the guy that was supposed to do the training had a stroke, so they.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was.
That
It sounded like it was a fun trip.
Then a
meteor.
hit hit him right in the head. I was like, oh my God. What are the
It
odds?
hit a fireworks factory, and that caught the place on fire, and it's been the whole thing.
It was a
Wait a minute.
massacre.
Yeah.
The only reason I ask if he rode through the night is because, could you imagine how terrifying that'd be? You have you're in an open highway, driving through West Texas, like just desert, just pitch black outside. Like that's all I think about. I think about anything killing you, and then adding on top of that, you might have to shit. Like it's just like everything. Like it's just so much.
The worst part.
So much tension. Like there's so much. Oh, psyche's just destroyed. Just thinking about
Too
that.
much.
Kudos to you. Josh is a true biker.
Yeah, you're a hero,
He's
a champion,
Yeah.
a champion.
Frankly, I'm a little
Not
jealous.
other people. Yeah, right. I know. I wish I had that much. Oh man, I had a funny story for y'all.
Oh, please
So-
share. What do you?
So we're at work, right? And we're at this law firm, Caudalis, and we've been waiting on this shred company because we've been scrubbing a lot of files of recent. And we're waiting on this shred company to come, and they finally came after 2 weeks. So we had we had boxes filled with paper. I mean, it looks like somebody sneezed and it'd be the death of the whole office. You know what I mean? But this guy's come around, and he said he won't take the boxes, and we're like, well. You kidding me? That's like your job, right? And he's like, no, we only take what's in the bins. I'm like, I mean, the only reason these aren't in the bins is because we don't have any more room. And anyway, so we have to call his manager to talk to him and convince him that yes, he has to take this. Anyways, while we're on the phone with him, the guy goes, "Hey, can you guys hurry this up?" He goes, "I got some man work to do." And we stop for a second. We're like, "What?
Whoa.
Man work?" He goes, "Yeah, he goes, I know you guys work in the office all day long, but this right here is man work." And we're sitting here thinking to ourselves, like, this guy, he must genuinely think that we've never stepped out of air conditioning in our life, right? So he's sitting there, and bless his heart, he keeps saying it like as genuine as he can. I've never seen an insult so genuine in my life. That he's saying, he goes, yeah, we got some, he goes, we're trying to help him load this stuff up, and he goes. You guys, he goes, you sure you got it? He goes, this is kind of man work. And we're like, no, we're sure, man. We're sure. We can lift 10-pound boxes. It's okay. And then finally he's like, you guys work hard. You guys bust your ass. Y'all do real well. Y'all moving. I might get you on my truck with you. I was like, I'm sorry, that might be too much man work for me to handle.
What an asshole.
Honestly, he would say man work like 2 times, and I would roll my sleeves up like one of those old English boxers, like, all right, fisticuffs, eh?
I guess I'm a proper man today. I broke a sweat, and I was just like, man, all this man work has me quite posh, indeed, and bullies.
You old brute! I'll show you a man, you brute.
And then I get my ass kicked.
Then you throw pocket sand in his fucking eye.
Right. I fight dirty. I get a bunch of my office mates, and help me fight.
My weapon of choice is opportunity, motherfucker.
Right. Wait till you're walking downstairs with a heavy box. I'll take your knees out.
Somebody's not going home to their kids.
That's right. You have a trash compactor? Yeah, right. I'll show you, man. Yeah. Story over.
Story's done. Drops his microphone.
Sleep mode.
All right. So, Zach, dude, what are you working on? Let's get some 30K talk, dude. I haven't talked 30K with you in a minute, dude. I don't even know what army you play now.
Sisters of Battle.
Oh, no, Zach, I see you talking. I see your lips moving, but I don't hear you.
Really hurting my heart right now.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You can hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah, you're live. You're live.
I hit the mute. I just tuned out.
Chris just said, the dude from Bridge of Story needs to meet Joseph, the Uber driver.
So I started doing just adding my Sons of Horus, and I started making this Storm Eagle. But I was getting into it, and all the last stuff I made, I was on a time frame. I was on a time crunch for Adepticon, but now I decided to take it a little slower. So I haven't fully constructed it yet. Before I paint, I'm gonna paint like this body before I do the wings, and I want to wait for some more stuff to come in. I did, however, get a sweet little surprise. Ooh.
Fucking Forge World exclusive.
Forge World loves the TFL. Look at these sweet decals.
Decals.
Yeah.
Those aren't even out, man.
Yeah, these are not in print. I don't think. Like you can still go to Ford Door right now and say, type it in, Sons of Horus transfers, you won't be able to get them. So, yeah, I got the hookup. I'm like, I don't even want to touch.
Are those the new ones, or is that the old ones they offered?
They're not the old ones. Like the old ones just have basically just a bunch of the eyes. Just the single color. They don't have any color on them. As far as I know, like they've been out of print since I started. So these got some sweet color ones. They're not as detailed, I guess, as some of the other ones that I've seen. Like the new style that's been coming out, like the Death Guard, and I think Alpha Legion had some, and some of the other ones had like whole banners and stuff. But they're pretty fucking sick, and
I like them.
It's a lot better than I can freehand. So
don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, I'm going to take good care of them. So I decided to slow down and build this Storm Eagle, and I have several. I'm gonna get caught up before I ordered anything else. I got several Justarian. I found my lost Dreadnought, my lost Sons of Horus Dreadnought. So yeah, it was gone. It was at my shop in Victoria somehow. I found it last time I was down. So I got a bunch of shit that I could put together. So I'm gonna slow down and build that. It's good whenever you're able to work and you're not on that time crunch. You're not
for sure
struggling to get stuff done. But also that, I don't know, that was the most motivated I've been when I had to do that for Adepticon. But yeah, that's on my bench, working at a medium pace.
I'm like more motivated now after Adepticon. Like I don't know what it is. Like I feel like it's like I gotta get this shit done like yesterday.
Well, you started a new army though, right? Like how's that coming?
It's coming pretty good. I am 1/3 of the way done. If you were like to, my drop pods. But,
1/3 of the way done. Is that like two models or
three models?
Sorry.
I'm actually that's what I'm like painting right now. Got my Leviathan like in the works. It's look, I'll show you. Check it out. This is the one that's pretty much done. I need to paint the lenses on everything and like the lights, but other than that, he's like ready to go.
Oh, he's sexy.
Yeah.
I like that pose. It's real sassy.
Yeah, he's
sassy.
He's like
very sassy.
Yeah. So I actually like went through and like I was just gonna leave those silver, and I was like, nah, I can't do that. They look too raw. So like I posted up like some almost done pictures, and I was like, you know what, need to go paint those up. And so he got a little bit more loving than I was originally planning, but I wish you could see some fucking the line, the edge highlighting, dude. I got the recipe from Ryan Kimmel, one of the guys we met at Adepticon with the Freebooters. And like he told me what paints to buy, like what like level to put them in and all that stuff, like what recipe, and I just followed it to the T, and dude, it's like some of the best models I've ever painted. Like I'm just like so happy with them, and so like each one I knock out, I'm just like, damn, that looks so good. I can't wait for like 2 more to put in that kid spot.
Yeah.
So like, and then I got this little guy painted up. He's ready to go. Little brother of him. He's got to get his like gold and all that stuff for his face. He's black facing right now.
Cha cha cha.
Gotta get his wings done and all that stuff, and then like I mean basically he's got to use red wings. Like, and this is the guy I'm working on tonight. He's got to get all of his like metal work done and all that stuff. So
I'd almost drink my paint water.
But yeah, dude. So it's the worst. So yeah, I've been working on these guys. Like I'm totally. I got I think sometime tomorrow I'm supposed to be getting 3 Outriders, and I bought some kits from Goldmine for the actual assault bikes. So I'm gonna do the conversion over for Outrider assault bikes, and then
attack bikes, the sidecars.
Yeah, the sidecars. So like I'm including 3 of those in my list. So those will have. I was gonna do assault cannons, but like I made my list a long time ago, and figured out exactly what I needed to buy, and I fucked up by thinking that this was a twin-linked heavy flamer on him, and it's not. It's too heavy. It's too heavy.
Two heavy flamers, yeah.
And so that's 5 points apiece. So like I was right at 2,000. So like I got to start dropping salt cannons off of my attack bikes to free up some points, because I literally have no fucking wiggle room unless I drop something crazy like a dreadnought drop pod or something. I'm not about to do that.
So those attack bikes are going to be like strictly just there.
Points. Yeah, they're gonna be taxes. They're gonna be my Legionist Astartes tax. they're just gonna be little annoying assholes, just ramming people. So yeah, looking forward to finishing that. I'm looking forward to getting those contemptors in, man. I want to put those in weird poses. The only thing that kind of fucks me up is I gotta make bases for these Leviathans. So I gotta get some sand. I'm gonna cut up some sprues. I'm gonna make one base, and then I'm gonna cast it up, and then make a Leviathan base.
What kind of bases? What kind of terrain you gonna put on them bases? Like what?
I got some secret weapon miniatures. Whenever I was at Gold Mine, I picked up the secret weapon miniature. You know what? I'll grab. Oh no, that's too far. It's a long walk, and then it's gonna be like this weird silence, and then none of y'all are gonna like sing or anything, and it's just.
Well, me and Jake might do a duet. I don't know.
I was ready.
We were prepping our vocals. We're not singers, but Jake has an angel's voice. So I just wanted to point that out.
A lot of people say I sound exactly like Taylor Swift when I sing.
Oh my God. Will you marry me? I mean, what?
It's the total package, man.
Oh no, he's calling us out now. Too much pressure.
Too much pressure? I don't know if our relationship is there yet.
Yeah, we're not ready for this, so, anyways.
But we could be.
Yeah, we could be. So let's,
Oh, God.
You ever seen Dewey Cox?
What?
the movie,
Oh, Dewey?
It's Walk Hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Did y'all do it while I was gone? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were going to. Okay, we can now.
We were just about to start.
So I got these secret weapon miniature bases.
Oh, God.
So ideally, I'm gonna take, because these are 50 or 60, whatever the dreadnought comes on.
Yeah, 50.
I think 50. So these are 50 or 60. I don't know.
Leviathan's 60, right?
I think Leviathan's 70. I think Deo's 60. Leviathan's a little bit bigger.
All these base sizes. What's wrong?
Dude, for real. So it seems like these are easy enough to make. It looks like it's kind of like sand and cut up sprues, what I can like kind of make it look like. So I'm gonna try and get as close to these as possible. Unless between now and then Secret Weapons makes a base, and I'll just buy that Secret Weapons. If you could just make that base in 70, just you can count on my $15.
You'll have a customer. It's totally worth it. Michael needs a base.
I gotta buy 2 of them too. That's
Hey, that's a big customer right there. 2.
Yeah, I'm willing to toss some. I'll toss a 20 out if I need to. So I'm just saying.
I'll pay shipping. I'll pay shipping.
I'll pay the shipping. So yeah, so I'm gonna try and get a base as close to them as I can, and then get that working and rocking and rolling.
So
and
it's just gonna be just that urban ruins.
Yeah.
For all your dudes. Well, I guess you don't have any infantry, so.
Yeah, and then because I'm running them all in drop pods, so I want all of my guys except for old fucking asshole with no knees over here. I want all of them to look like they're just hauling ass out of the drop pod, Like this dude's like that dude's like coming out of a drop pod, just like leaning forward, like just ready to give his 2 hammer of wrath shots to your face. So
strength 8, double your Marine captain out.
Yeah, he's insta-killing you by running into your ass.
It happened.
It's fucking crazy. You're not feel no pain from him fucking checking you like a hockey player. It's pretty sweet.
Belly flop.
So yeah, man. I got my contemptors on the way. I got 3 contemptors, but I'm only gonna have 2 in my army, and then I got 2. No, I have 3. No, 2. 2. Yeah, 2 contemptors. 2 Contemptors, 2 Legion, 2 Leviathan, all in drop.
When do you think you'd be ready to playtest?
Well, I can playtest with some not real ass drop pods. I can playtest with some like baby drop pods, but I gotta work up some cheddar to buy some Dreadnought drop pods.
Get out on the streets again.
gotta go put the leg out.
Show some ankles, son.
Yeah, I gotta show them sweet ankles. So yeah, Blood Angels are what I'm working on. I also got to get my Forge Lord, my Apothecary. So there's a bunch of stuff I have to work on as well. But I'm at this like cool stage where like I love to paint this style red because I love the way it's coming out. That I'm just like super excited every time I get to paint, like because all my models just look so much better than anything I've painted before. So it's like I'm excited, like a little kid. Like
nice
it's
step
like
away from black, huh?
Yeah, like when you get a new girlfriend, you know, you're just like, you know, you're all giddy, you're excited to see her every time.
Yeah.
Like yeah, that's how I feel about these Blood Angels right now. Yeah. So.
That's awesome, dude. No, they look good, dude. I'm loving them.
How many points you gonna have? What, 2,000, 25?
2,000, man. 2,000. It's like not competitive as well, kind of competitive now with the new FAQ, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But it kind of got better. I don't know, but.
You gotta stop right there. You're not gonna take it up to like 3. I think 3 is where it's at, huh? No. In
3 what?
25. 25, right?
For
2,500
casual play. Yeah.
I mean, I could, like, dude, I mean, if we want to play 2,500 points, we'll play 2,500 points. I got the Dreadnoughts. Like, don't you?
I'm just saying, like, why? I would at least make.
I got 4 of these guys, like, Blood Angels ready to go, and then I got 3 Contemptors, like, just ready to go. So I can make 25.
All right.
I have one smashed on my Knight's base. If you.
Oh, and Kimmel sent me 2 Contemptors, and I got 3 Contemptors. In the room, all the Cal Contemptors. Like I got right now probably like 8 Contemptors. Like just I can run them all Quartus and just go nuts, but it'll be crazy. It'll be pandemonium.
Pandemonium. I don't know if we can handle that much dread.
Yeah, that many assault cannons, really.
Shit.
All them assault cannon titties.
Yeah, right. Titty cannons.
All in your titties.
Flopping around.
So that's what I'm working on. Ryan, dude, what are you working on? I haven't talked to you in a minute. What army are you playing now?
Yeah, who knows?
Well, yeah, who even knows these days?
He's an enigma, man.
I'm in a predicament right now. My Emperor's Children have been sitting there looking at me, and I have about 2,500 to 3,000 points in Emperor's Children. A lot of the infantry are painted, so you got to give me some props for that. But I still have my dreadnoughts. I have my heavy support squads. One of my champions, and the Land Raider and the Land Speeders just looking at me. But I just got these sweet conversion shoulder pads from Pop Monkey. Oops. For my Night Lords. It pops out of my hand. For my Night Lords. And I'm totally making some Atramentar Terminator. These are the way they come. They're highly detailed. Like they are just blew me away. They both had the Batwing, the Night Lords symbols on them, which or looks like it, if I should say. But man, they just come out perfectly. I'm not finished painting them. Up, but they've been taking up all my time. I recently joined this group. It's called the Hobby Hangout group. I believe I added y'all to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won. I commented on this thing, and I won some really cool minis from. I think one was from Weird Miniatures. I think it was that Malifaux game. Another was from War Machines, which they had like some giant like demon thing that came with. Totally gonna be my Chaos Spawn. And then Silent War Games, I got a voucher from them, so I want to give a shout out to them for them being such gracious people. Running such a great group in there. It just was fantastic. Humbled. My buddy Doug was actually in there, and I learned about it via him. So it's really cool. But yeah, working on these Night Lords, man, and I can't say enough. I can't tell you how excited I am about these shoulder pads. These Cataphracti Terminator Night Lord shoulder pads that just kind of like just perfect for your Atramentor or Captain even. So yeah,
Can
Pop
you-
Monkey does a great job on it.
Can you show them a little closer, dude? I kind of
Yeah,
barely
let's see
got
if
like
I-
a.
See, there's if you can see it pretty good. Let me see if I can adjust it a little. Yeah. Oh, let me see if I can get the camera right there, and then here's what they look like without. They're kind of
Oh,
they
it
come
looks
in
so
like
good.
Yeah, that's
yeah, they
good.
come in like this ice. Here, let me see if I
This ice.
ice
Yeah,
like it's
it
like
looks
I
like
don't
a
know.
bike.
It's beautiful. I don't know. Let's see if I can get a better one of them. I gave my guy like dual lightning claws because it's very fitting of a Night Lord.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
that-
gonna
So
be
they just-
painted up. I'll be posting some pictures. But yeah, I
Dude,
highly recommend for any of you aspiring Terminator lovers.
Pop goes the
check out Pop
monkey.
Goes the Monkey. Yeah, Pop Goes the Monkey. Check it out. They're fantastic.
That's so tight, dude. So tight, man, dude. Like all I hear is good things, man. We had him on a cast a couple weeks back, and super nice guy, like just super legit, super chill. He actually like made a shoulder pad in front of us, so I'm
Jealous.
I'm looking forward to like I didn't want to actually field any Terminators in my Blood Angels army. Just I didn't really
Right.
want to field any, just infantry in general. And then I saw
Yeah.
he had those one Blood Angels with like the massive wings on both sides of them that like kind of like made it look like there's just these huge wings draped over both sides of the shoulder. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, I need to.
Perfect alternatives, man. I mean, it really is. I mean, like even just like showing it this screen, even the pictures don't do it justice. Like, and it's so easy to work with. It's very resistant. Like, it does not break. Like, I dropped it on accident. I dropped it from high up too, and it did not break. And it's very resistant. And it fits on perfectly. And I mean, it's one of those things that I'm just freaking stoked. I'm like, that's why my Emperor's children hate me right now. They're like, damn you and your Night Lord's love affair.
You knew what this was, Emperor's
Yeah.
Children.
Yeah, you guys knew you were my
how I felt.
Yeah, you were my second. You're just
You'll
my
always be my
concubine.
second.
Right? You'll never be the Night Haunter. Fulgrim, go home.
What about you, Jake, dude? What you been working on?
Well, I took about a 2-week break from painting all of my Space Wolves because this is the army that I'm taking the longest on because everything I painted before has been just kind of, I think, without a lot of painting knowledge. So like my Warhounds look alright, but they're not where I want them to be, not up to everybody else's level. So I've been taking my time. Right now, I'm actually working on my Terminators. I'm out actually using my Agrax Earthshade to get in all the crevices before I start doing all my edge highlighting like I've been doing with every. I mean, I got a ton, probably 60 Space Marines to paint in that fashion, or as detailed as I've been painting them, which I think I got one right here. Let's see. Yeah, so these are what I've been sort of trying to get as much detail as I can in them.
I love that gray.
So yeah, it's been taking me forever. It's just if my hand's not steady that day, I mean, I basically can't paint. But yeah, I've been trying to just make them look as pretty as possible. I got them on the plastic bases for now, so that I can actually make the bases look nice too when I'm done with them. But yeah, it's been a. I don't know how people sit. I mean, I can do it for about 3 hours and then I'm done, and my eyes are done. My eyes just can't comprehend all of the little stuff. I really need a magnifying glass. That's what I need That's really an investment I need to make for my old ass eyes.
Them old ass eyes, them ancient ass eyes.
These see a lot of things. But yeah, I'm really just taking my time with my Space Wolves so that army looks really pretty. Yeah. I need to play my Warhounds army. I want to try and play this weekend or something.
Yeah, I would like to get a game in.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at right now, dude. Like I'm like super stoked to get my Blood Angels on the table, but like right now I'm just like, you know what? I haven't ditched my Raven Guard completely, so I may as well just go take them and go do some work. But
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, let's play this weekend. Your Raven Guard against my Warhounds.
my Raven Guard.
Waving.
Let's get your
The
Raven
Waving
Guard
Gods.
against my Warhounds.
That'd be tight, dude. I think I can get a game in. We got some people we got to train over here too. that we need to get in on the game.
I need some Zach love.
How's the scene going over there in Victoria? Is it you got any new prospects, new recruits?
Yeah, a couple. I mean, they're like just people that are interested. So it's kind of like, you know, I've seen a lot more 40K going on that I hadn't seen before.
Really?
And that's kind of interesting because they're just one little conversation with me away from playing some Horus Heresy.
Yeah. Why needs to have those conversations?
There's just one. Well, there's one guy right now that plays Space Wolves 40K, and so God, I got the hiccups.
I actually talked to a guy at Crossroads today that was went in there to go look for some more cow stuff.
Oh, that's probably the same guy.
Yeah, and I talked to him about 30K, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know y'all had a tournament and this and that." And he was like, "A few people still play 40K, but we've been looking at 30K." I was like, "Dude, a cowpox can get you started real nice."
Is he an older Mexican guy?
Nah, he's a younger, redheaded, long-haired guy.
That's a completely different person than I talked to. Then.
Dave Mustaine?
Did he what? No, I don't know.
Was he on a Segway when he came in?
Was he driving a Tesla car?
Did he have a shirt that said "Save the Earth" on it? No, different guy. I'm thinking a different guy.
Was he eating a kale salad?
I ate that this morning.
No, kale's actually really good. I love kale smoothies. I can't talk that much mess about it.
I actually just ate some tortellini soup at my parents' house. So it was like had a whole bunch of kale in it and some Italian sausage. It was great.
Yeah, I got shit on me. I just went vegan.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah, right.
No, I shit you not. Like, well, I mean, it's not really wasn't my idea. Like, but my wife's trying this new thing out. She's like, she weighs 110 pounds and wants to weigh 106 or something. I don't know, but she got this idea. And she's been on it for a few days. I had to eat the last of the meat that we had in the house, and like now
oh shucks.
Yeah. So now it's like it's all weird stuff, but whatever.
Dude, I feel like you're gonna be at like gas stations buying those little Tony's pizzas and like warming it up
At like 12 at night.
And stuffing them in my. What's that smell? What's that smell in your breath?
Have you been eating meat again? No, I swear. I just needed my fix one last time. One last trip, I swear.
I smell it on your shirt. Who have you been with?
What's it? Did you have anchovies? No.
Never. I would never have anchovies.
It's salty fish.
It's a real thing. It's all right. I don't really mind it. Like,
you know, there was like probably 4 years where I only ate fish and I didn't eat any meat. Dude, it was great. I mean, I felt great. Wish I would go back to that, but I got gizzards that somebody just dropped off to me a minute ago that I really want to. So.
Yeah. You know what the worst thing is? That one time.
All the time.
Like if you diet and you eat like really healthy for like a long period of time, but then that one time that you like eat like a pizza or something like that, like you fall off the wagon, then you just like spend the next, 6 hours straight on the toilet.
Binge eating. Yeah, binge eating on the toilet.
It's the worst. Like that's the worst. It like burns and it feels so bad.
It's just liquid at that point, like just like sloppy.
Yeah. I don't eat red meat, so like that's the thing.
Really?
But I don't eat red meat at all. I had to stop I had that scare for a while.
Oh
so,
yeah.
Yeah, I had to stop. I had to stop doing that, and honestly, I have more energy. But I lost like 10 pounds like instantly. I feel good, and I don't crave it anymore now. Like chicken, I've always liked chicken, but But yeah, no, it's healthy eating sometimes or not even just limiting yourself on things. Sometimes it changes. So I don't know.
That's crazy.
I respect you for the
imagine.
vegan.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I'll talk to you next, Kat, and see where I'm at.
Yeah, right. He comes back with a burger. We're both eating one.
You know what, though, Zach? Those if you go get those spicy chicken Boca burgers from like H-E-B or Walmart, they taste just like spicy chicken burgers from fucking McDonald's. I used to eat a fuck ton of them. They're made out of tofu.
Yeah, I made tofu fried rice yesterday.
Oh, I bet it was great. I love
Yeah.
tofu.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
We could have a tofu day.
I went on this kick. It was a wing kick. Like I just kept.
You'll go on good kicks.
I ate all the wings, all different flavors of wings of Buffalo Wild Wings.
I ate wings for 3 days. Like I had no self-control. Like
you're kind of an expert now. You're like connoisseur of wings.
Jake came home. He's like, what the fuck? You got wings again? I was like, I told you I was.
It was like at 11.
Bro, you have a problem. You said you were gonna quit.
You don't give a fuck.
I shouldn't make them so delicious.
I wanted some goddamn wings. I got some wings.
Oh.
Yeah, he really wanted those wings. But I mean,
I got them.
I mean, I can't blame you. Wings are great.
They're delicious.
I thought you had like a punchline to that.
Nah, I'm not funny.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
So,
like them in my mouth.
All
right, so we got to discuss some 31st millennia.
Yeah, I actually have a pretty cool announcement for you guys that are going to Alamo GT on the 21st of May. So we actually already announced, if you listen to our podcast, we announced the cool as Vox system network that we're going to have. And so we actually got the first piece today. We got this totally Chinese-made, possibly illegal to use radio FM transmitter. So see how it's got like the mic set up and all this stuff, like just super Chinese made, but not super cheap. But what it is, it's a FM transmitter that we will be using at Alamo GT, and everybody that signs up, I mean, honestly, it might not work. So I'm telling y'all right now, we haven't tested anything yet. We're like getting everything together, so we may be pre-announcing it, and it might just suck.
But if we pull this off,
if we pull it off, we're going to be broadcasting and talking and making all of our announcements over a radio station that you can actually listen to. And since there's going to be like 90 other people in the room that are playing 40K,
at least, and all their
you just gotta put your little earbuds, and we're just gonna whisper. We're not even gonna yell. We're just gonna be like, hey, if y'all can hear me, just raise your hand.
Hey, little mama.
Smile and wink.
It's just, hey, I see you looking at me.
Oh, girl, what's up? What you looking at?
You ready to play 30K?
They're like,
Mister.
Ugh. They're like, yeah, hey, sir.
I like them white scars you got.
Yeah, what do you think of? What do you think of our Simon over here?
So yeah, all the announcements we're gonna make it over what we call the Vox network. That's what I started calling it. I don't know if we call it that yet, but that's what I started saying. And
you've already said it. Now it's spoiled.
So we're gonna have this badass Vox network, and we'll make all of our announcements over it. And we're giving all y'all little radios that are gonna hang on your lanyard, and you're just gonna have your little earbuds. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like I'm more excited about that than my mission, and my mission's fucking great. Like I got.
Just another way we're breaking new ground.
That's right.
Changing the game.
Yeah, kind of men. Except for
Fluffers and Vox Network. Yeah, dude, you're a fluffer, man. You're a fluffer. You got your mission. Like you got your mission, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think so. I know I'm doing a Zone Mortalis thing, but
Whoa.
Or am I? Or am I? I guess I got to get working on my secondaries.
Dude, come on.
Chris is gonna hit me. Hey, I've been in the studio.
Oh yeah. So if you listen to our podcast, man, y'all hear some sweet
Aw.
music from Laven's Fate.
Oh,
Right? Laven's Fate?
yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
that's all this guy. That's all him.
No,
I mean,
that's not all
and
me.
some other band members, but like,
Yeah,
you
dude.
know,
Who
the
cares?
sexy, the sexy part you're hearing. Boom. That's this guy.
The part that
they
gets
always
you.
say,
The part that gets you fully
right?
torqued.
You see, and you hear the guitars and vocals, but you feel the bass, right?
All day. All day.
All
That's
day.
honestly.
Yeah, in my pants.
In my pants. I wish that worked.
In my nether
I wish it
region.
worked. My girlfriend's still, I'm a loser still, so.
She doesn't know. She doesn't
She
know.
doesn't understand me like you guys do.
We need to have a good talking to her.
Yeah, I know, right? She doesn't understand the hobby. She won't ever play.
She ain't about that life.
No.
I'm pretty sure she's a sweetheart. We're just nerds.
She is. She's not listening. I hope not.
Me too.
Oh, I'm dead. Anyways, but
yeah,
dude, I'm excited. I'm excited about Alamo, man. Alamo's gonna be so much fun. It's a big event. And we're gonna have we sold out for the Heresy, and I'm more excited about being a part of the crew running the event than I am playing. But the playing's gonna be amazing because I'm so jealous of the players playing some of these missions. Like you guys are gonna be in like just in a world of shock, and you're gonna have a great time. I swear it. Oh,
Yeah, we forged the shit out of the narrative for you guys.
Oh
so
my god, so hard.
y'all gonna jump in and just like lose your shit. It's gonna be so good. Like I'm excited for all the people coming that are gonna get to experience Alamo GT. And if it sucks, don't tell us. It'll break
I'll
our
buy you a
heart.
beer. I'll buy you a beer if you hate it. But then it'll be a cheap beer.
Small beer.
But I need your little baby radio. Like I need that back. So we can talk shit about you over the air.
Yeah, right.
Over the
Right.
Vox
You're
network.
gonna have to take that away from you. Well, we'll Vox to the other people who enjoy it.
So yeah, man, super excited about Alamo. That's gonna be on the 21st of this month. We will be updating and like putting out whatever we can. We're gonna be working it, and so we're also gonna be fluffers. So I doubt we'll be really responsive like we normally are on our Facebook. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna be all tied up. So on that day, just kind of watch for pictures to come streaming in over the Facebook page. If you're not a member of the Facebook page, that's at South Texas 30K or Cersei 30K Facebook page. We'll put all of our information on there.
And
That'd be sweet.
I will be there also doing a bunch of video stuff or doing whatever else I can. So I'll be taking pictures and posting them on Facebook as I can, and probably Snapchat. I maybe even create a Snapchat for Horus Heresy for us, so that
Nice.
anybody that wants to really like just fucking fuck with us all day long will be there.
Dude, we need to give you like a long ass fucking HDMI cord and like you run around and fucking live stream everything.
I wish we really need to get. That's on my list of stuff to get is a fucking wireless transmitter so that we can live stream from anywhere. It's just got to happen soon. It's one thing I don't have.
It's coming. It'll come. It'll come, guys.
You know,
By Stiff 3 will be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, but a lot of neat stuff came out for Heresy this week, as in for the fluff and stuff. And also, let's talk about the Warhammer World. They're releasing the Crusade list for Warhammer Fest.
No, it's not the Crusade list.
What is that?
It's the
Imperial
Crusade list. Yeah.
Yeah, it is the Crusade. Yeah, it's gonna have it added the Solar Auxilia. It added what was it? What else did it add?
Oh,
it added some other thing.
I didn't see any leaks. All I saw was the cover. So
yeah, I thought it.
No. Oh, go ahead, brother.
I thought it was the Questoris list, the Imperial Guard, like the Imperial Militia, and the Solar Auxilia. I didn't know it was gonna have the.
I believe it has legions as well. I can pull that up right quick. Let me see. Where am I going, Bolter? Yes.
If it does, it's a must-buy. Like, for real.
If it does, yes. Exactly. It's coming out for Warhammer Fest. It looks really cool. 40k facts, blah blah. We got to talk about the facts later, of course, obviously. Here we go.
When is Warhammer Fest?
No clue.
I think it said,
don't make me sound like a fool that I already am. Crusade Imperialist. Maybe it is just a. It might be just the Solar Auxilia. It could be, and the Imperial Knights and everything. I just thought it was.
Is that enough content for one book?
Well, I mean, from what it said on the app. Let me pull up the app right quick. Sorry.
The 14th of May next week.
A lot of stuff has been coming through for Games Workshop recently, and Forge World. So it's been kind of fun.
Yeah.
Check that. Okay, well, Rolez or Zane said he doesn't think there's any Marines to his knowledge, because we hear him.
I mean, if the regular Crusade list fills up that first book, then it'd be kind of hard to squeeze everything into the next book. So it may just be Quest Wars.
That's true. I believe. Well, it's also the Solar Auxilia as well, which is awesome. I mean, because just to have all that stuff, especially if you're a Raven Guard player. Okay. Yeah. But it looks like that. It looks like they're gonna have updated stuff on it too for them. But we'll find out.
Maybe they'd put militia in there.
I believe that's as well. I believe that was maybe not, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think I think it's Questores, Militia, Solar Aux.
That would make sense.
It's all of that like put together in a nice little codex or nice little book. And then I think on top of that, I had read that they're adding some units that were missing from Forge World. So like, apparently the Minotaur is going to be in there. The one that has is that the Minotaur? The one with the double basilisk cannon?
Yeah.
It's either Minotaur or Manticore or something like that.
Manticore, I think?
No,
Manticore is the one with all the missiles on it.
Okay. Oh, let's see if anybody knows in the chat.
Is the chat working? I can't get it.
Yeah, it's working. I'm talking with the boys.
Yeah, we got Mr. Kimmel, we got Zane, we got Samson, we got Birch. Everybody's all in there. All the crews in there.
I can't seem to figure it out. I don't know how to computer well.
That's okay. Your sexy voice makes up for it.
He's right. I mean, he's not lying.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
Oh shit! Yeah. There it is.
So, but dude, like, I don't see how that one's coming out already. But the one we saw previews for, we saw previews for the Crusade Army list, and it's like just, it's just like coming through like, they just completely skipped over that one. I don't get that. I don't get how that works, but I guess it doesn't matter. I guess I'm not Forge World. I guess I don't know. They obviously don't have their stuff together if they can't let Mordathan keep their remarkable advance.
So what do y'all think of some of the other releases, like the Space Wolves? Space Wolves came out.
Yeah.
Their upgrades.
They look good.
I like how they. I saw. Yeah, they look awesome. But the weird thing was they put them in this ad that had them in full Mark III. And you're like,
just looking good.
Yeah, looking all badass, real tough.
I would whistle at him.
These overlapping plates and whatnot, and you're like, wait a minute. And then it had like Horus Heresy. It had a Betrayal at Kaufbox like there with it, and you're like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work out? With their Mark IV plate. I mean, I think they still may mesh good, but I think that Mark III just looks like where it's at for those.
It sucks is you get catfish, dude. Like you see that like you go in there and, like you go in and you're like, oh dude, fuck yeah. Like the first thing you see is that Mark III Despoiler Squad with that badass Space Wolf upgrade kit, and you're like, oh hell yeah, I want to see what that looks like up close. Click.
I'm gonna give me a piece of that.
Then you get this Mark IV fucking Space Wolf.
Yeah, you're like, this doesn't look like the picture. It's like that, like the picture of the hamburger, and you're like, man, I want that. So good. Can't wait to get that home, and it's like all smashed down, and like there's like half a patty in there, and you're like, what the fuck?
You're like depressed. You're like, oh man.
God damn it, Forge World. My pieces don't look like the picture.
it's like a profile pic versus a tag pic, bro.
Yeah.
My model's not as pretty as.
Yeah, the chick that sends you her glamour shot, and then
Yeah.
and then you go meet her in person. You're like,
Oh,
fuck.
this is gonna be long.
But-
This is gonna be a
I
long
guess.
30 minutes.
Like, I'm not even mad they're pushing the Mark IV. Like, I get it. You want to sell some Calf boxes with it, makes sense.
Mhm.
But like, at least let whoever painted these the spoilers get
Get
some
back, brothers.
some fame, because they look great. Like, if you go to Forge World right now, you'll see them at the bottom. They're right there, and there's like little baby picture, and you're like, oh, I gotta see those up close. Those are some badass Space Wolves, and you can't see it anywhere else. It's crazy.
No, but somebody's gonna have
Alright,
their
bros.
Mark IV with the upgrades, and they're gonna face somebody who's like hardcore that wants all Mark III Space Wolves, and they're gonna feel like shit, and they're gonna have to get those Mark IIIs. You're right. Maybe they'll come out with that plastic Mark III. Like, I've heard that rumored, but
Yeah, thanks, Zach.
Yeah, that's so fucking.
do we have one of those?
Here.
I didn't-
I was gonna stop you, but I mean, Jake's an adult. I can't protect him forever. You know,
How many?
I carry a lot of knives. I mean, I can't wait to see you.
You had catfished? No. How many Marines you got? I'm sorry.
30.
Like 30 caliber.
Well, you know,
Oh,
It's all good.
it happens.
It could be like fresh out of Fenris.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still working on how I want to these allies are probably gonna be somebody that the Emperor just kind of held back for a long time, or that were sent on a mission, and when they came back, all of the war was happening, so they got upgraded armor, something like that. Haven't really thought about it too much. Kinda jumped.
That's all canon. That's all canon, fellas.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just gonna go ahead and throw all of those away.
I'm back.
Dude, so okay, speaking of Space Wolves, just real quick, just touching base, since we got all you guys here and all that, so Bridges, you read the Space Wolf series, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
That was
so
the first book
and
I'd ever read.
Jake kind of touched base on it, and Zach, you haven't, right?
No, I
The
haven't
Space
got to the wolves yet.
So,
No.
I'm cruising through Reddit the other day, and somebody mentions they're they get these wolf pelts and all this stuff, and then one of the guys says there's no wolves on Fenris,
Right.
and I was like, okay, and apparently that's in Prospero Burns,
It
that's,
is.
what they allude to, and so what the fuck is that
Well, I mean, do we want to spoil? Do we want to spoil for anybody that haven't read Prospero Burns?
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, it's been out for 8 years
It's
now.
been out for a while. If you haven't read it, right, you've been living with Michael. So no offense, Jake. No offense, Jake. No, I mean, I think from what they're saying is that what I gather is apparently it's I haven't read it in a while, but apparently it's the essence of the people of Fenris, right? They become the wolves or something weird like that, some kind of mutation. The Canis lupine is a weird genetic mutation for the space wolves themselves. That's why they have the wolfen whatever.
Disease? You're gonna say disease?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say disease. I guess you can call it disease technically for
No.
Astartes.
Oh God, your mic went out. We lost your mic.
No,
Okay.
it's not plugged in all the way, or something.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it? Am I
there you
good?
go. There you go.
Got it.
Oh, you got it? Huh? Okay. I don't know. Apparently, it's some form of disease. I haven't read that book in a while. But apparently, the wolves are actually they're not actual
It
animals.
keeps happening.
Oh, does it? Okay, let me.
Okay. I got lost.
Is it good?
Yeah, you're good
Good?
now. Sorry.
Anybody want?
What's going on?
Anybody else read it? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I'm seeing two Michaels though. At the
Don't
bottom.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it.
I want to touch it.
But yeah, no. From what I
Different the
gathered,
real Michael.
like the wolves are the essence of the people. They're of the people of Fenris. Like they become that, and that's what makes them not. That's why they're not really wolves. There's no true wolf on Fenris, not a Terran-born wolf. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's weird. I honestly, Prospero Burns. I'm gonna say this was not my favorite heresy book. I thought Thousand Sons was a way better book.
Dude, that's so creepy, dude. Like I don't know.
It's weird. It's really weird, and it's like I mean, I really love the Space Wolves. Like I love the Space Wolves. They were the first book I ever bought for Warhammer 40K. I read about Ragnar, Blackmane, and everything. I you know, it's cool. It's really neat. It's a different thing. I like how they are in 30K more because they're more Viking than they are Wolfy Wolf, you know, werewolf thing.
Wolfie McWolfenstein.
But that was a really interesting way to do it. They have that book they had some cool scenes and had some really neat things. I do think the better telling of Prospero comes from the Thousand Sons. That because like Aramon is like one of the coolest characters in the heresy. So
just extra salty. Just
yeah, it makes you feel bad. I'm like, poor Thousand Sons.
Their whole legion. Just
but Prospero's right. But Prospero Barons, you definitely have to read both of them, and you do find out about Wolf. Like I said, I'm not like 100% on the whole thing about it, but I do know they're like an essence of the spirit of the people that live from Fenris. Because they're like I couldn't even tell you why they become it, but one of the like I think it was what's his name, Weird, the one that Aramon plucks his heart out in the battle. I don't know, but yeah, he's cool. It's weird. It's a weird thing, and I'm pretty sure the Thunderwolf Cavalry. I'm pretty sure the big Thunderwolves are former Space Wolves. I'm pretty sure.
What?
Yeah.
That's so deep. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you're riding there's like Sam and you're like riding him into battle. It's like, oh, sorry.
Whoa.
That's dark. That's so dark.
It's so grim dark.
Like you're just riding your best battle brother into battle.
Yeah, like he just turned into a werewolf.
Because
they take him to, huh?
But could you imagine if something happened to that fucking wolf? Oh.
You'd be pissed, right? Because it really is your best friend.
That's Brother Samo! No!
Well, Jake, do you have anything to add on that, brother?
No, my hopes and dreams were killed by Zach a second ago, so I'm kind of depressed.
Oh.
You know,
sorry. Thanks,
okay.
Hey, you know, to each his own, man. You choose your path. You go your path.
I always like Aaron Dembski Bowden when he was talking about like the Night Lords with Savitar. When he's talking about the Space Wolves. Oh man, he was for some reason ADB, man. He's a thing against the wolves.
Every time you bring him up, you get all giddy, like you get all giggly.
When I get older, me and him,
we're gonna retire and we're gonna get.
We're just talking about Night Lords together, him and I. I'll tell him why he should put Zosa Hale in the next book.
So good.
Yeah, but go ahead.
All right, so I guess moving away from the Space Wolf talking. Like I feel I had to bring that up. I had to talk about that because I feel like if anybody was gonna know, it's either gonna be Bridges or Simon, and I got Bridges here, so.
That might know better than me, honestly.
So, what else came out? Was there anything else that came out new from Forge World?
The new medic.
Oh like, yeah. Those are badass.
That Avis Joven. He's a character medic. Like he's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a 50-point medic. He's the Primus surgeon Primus. He's 50 points. He's got like the automatic gurney thing.
Yeah, the gurney, the little robo gurney.
I don't know what to even describe that as. Like it's
like a.
like who would take that into battle? It looks so bulky and so
It's like,
unnecessary.
hey, bring this little Johnny Five Servitor gurney bed, a rolling bed.
Yeah, but I could definitely see this like in some like those Solar Oxalis that run the Primus, the Velataris with the power axes.
Get out of here.
I could definitely see them attach this guy to a unit because he can go with Velataris Storm sections, Auxilla Flamer, Auxilla Last Rifle, and Auxilla Tactical Command sections. Like I really don't see anybody putting them into the Last Rifle section because I don't see anybody wanting their Last Rifle section to survive that well. Maybe a Flamer section in Zone Mortalis. That'd be fucking crazy.
Oh, that'd be wild right there.
Because he has a special ability called Miraculous Skill, which lets you automatically pass a Feel No Pain roll once per turn.
Oh my gosh.
So like once per player turn, the controlling player may opt to automatically pass a single Feel No Pain roll generated by a model with this special rule, or if the ability has not been used, opt to restore a single wound previously lost by a friendly model within 6 inches at the end of the player turn. So I mean,
what you're saying is if Vulcan is in a squad for some reason and he's in close combat, because I'm pretty sure what Salamander's battle or
Your mic's doing it again.
oh fuck.
Sorry. Oh god, I feel like he's gonna knock me out again. I don't know how to.
Oh, good.
You're better.
Oh, I'm better.
So good.
I was just saying, what you're saying is if you have a Primarch that is like, Swarm Brothers with homeboys, with the Solar Auxiliary, even though he can't go in transports, but like say Zone Mortalis, I don't know. But Feel No Pain, like automatic passing Feel No Pain is a big deal.
Once per player turn, auto pass.
Once per player turn, that's pretty awesome. There's that crucial roll that we all need to make, and I always fail. I always roll 4.
Well, here's the crazy thing.
Watch.
The auto gurney gives 4+ Feel No Pain special rule.
Oh my god, I would pass one for once. I'll probably roll 3 anyways.
So yeah, it's crazy, man. Like so basically you're going to run around with this auto gurney like shits out 4+ Feel No Pains. I don't know how it's doing it. Like I don't.
That guy doesn't look like he's feeling no pain. I'm honestly.
It doesn't look like it's helping. Like I never get these Feel No like I can't imagine game wise how Feel No Pain works. Like I don't get it. Like because everything's happening so fast. Like it's. You can't run and shoot. Like that's how shit is happening. I can't imagine how an auto gurney is gonna somehow fix you in like 1.5 seconds of like you run. Like I don't. It doesn't make sense to me.
How does an apothecary fix you in 1.5 seconds?
Like I feel like I don't get it. Like if that auto gurney, like if I took that auto gurney, took the top off, and made it into a Johnny 5 model with like a shitload of syringes that that just like kind of just like stucky. Like that would make sense. I'd get that. Like if I got shot and then like where I got shot at, a robot just stuck me with a needle, I'd be like, oh fuck, oh yeah, I don't feel that. That's a lot better than I thought it was gonna
be. but not laying down at a 45-degree angle.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, this looks so good.
There you go.
Look at you.
Look at that. Doing something for once, right? That's cute.
Oh, Pop Goes a Monkey. He's taking care of it.
Pop Goes a Monkey. Just making my Night Lords look pretty. Attrament. Now I have to field them every single game. All right, go ahead. Sorry with your... Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
No. Like I was just kind of talking like how the auto gurney works. Doesn't make sense to me. Actually, just like Feel No Pain in general doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. Like I get it game wise. I get it like how it works rule wise, but I just don't get how it works play like fluff wise.
Practicality wise.
Yeah, practicality. I don't get how having an apothecary behind me is gonna make me get shot and just like keep on going. Like if I get shot, I'm down. Like I'm out.
Well, no. That's not all true.
Because I feel
like,
pain.
There've been tests that prove that if you have that people can will themselves, because a lot of people they're trained it's like with paintball, or if you do force-on-force training as like a police officer, if you get shot, like if you do something with paintball or airsoft or some kind of what we call simunitions, if you get shot, you're not supposed to just say, okay, I'm out, or you got me, I'm dead, or whatever, because you play like you practice, you keep going, you fight through that. If you get shot and you fall on the ground, or you say you're dead or whatever, then that's if that's your first reaction, that's how you're going to be. But they're trained to fight through that, to keep going, neutralize the threat with anything possible, and it's proven. I can't say firsthand or anything like that, but it's proven that people that can will themselves to keep going, despite mortal wounds or whatever, they keep going, and they refuse to die until after something that they're trying to do is done. Maybe after that's done, that might not come into effect. But I mean, it's a real thing. I've read studies or whatever on it.
Honestly, if I got shot and there wasn't a medic behind me, like
you just fall down.
No, I wouldn't fall down. Like I would.
Shot me in the arm.
It makes more. It makes more sense for me to keep going, because it's like, well, none of these fuckers can do anything, so I gotta do like. But if I get shot and there's a medic behind me, like I'm definitely like, hey, I got shot. He's like, this is where you do your job, sir. This is where you patch me up right now. We're gonna take a time out. These guys are gonna fight while you fix me. That's why you're here. Like I don't.
Yeah,
or an auto gurney, like let's talk about a fucking gurney behind me. If I get shot, it's like, oh, do I just lay?
You just lay right here.
Is this where I go now?
What if it like passes you up and it like deems you like you got shot in the foot and it like deems you like here, like you can't like get fixed or whatever. It just passes you. Everyone's like, oh.
Wait. What's the green syringe? I've never had the green syringe.
That one, dude.
Why are you taking my boots? Why are you taking my boots away?
Why are you saying you really need my watch? Yeah, right.
So yeah, he's like he's a pretty cool character for 50 points. I could see him like.
What do you get? How many dudes do you get? Do you get like all of those guys, or what are those, like orderlies or something like that? They're like nurses.
Yeah, you get Avis Joven and you get medical orderlies. It doesn't say the Surgeon Primus may be accompanied by up to 3 additional medical orderlies. So you can run him by himself, or you can run him with his orderlies.
What are the orderlies? Always make me think of like those guys dressed in white at like asylums or something like that, or like old folks' homes that don't really do anything. What are they armed with? They get like pistols.
He gets
scalpels.
They get void armor. They
Power
get
scalpels.
blast pistols. They get close combat weapons, and they all have medipacks.
What does Medipack do?
It doesn't say.
Oh.
It's probably like 6 up, feel no pain.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's him before. Yeah, it's that gurney. That gurney is like all day. And that's a piece of war gear. So like, it says note that although this is represented by a model, the model takes no separate part in the game as such, and is removed or moved aside where needed to facilitate play. So like, basically, it's just a piece of war gear.
I love how they say that. That's like perfect clarification of it.
So you have to kill that medic, and then it's gone? Then?
Yeah, you got to kill Super Medic, who actually also has what's called Survivor's Luck, which lets him re-roll failed lookout serve rolls for the character. So
that's like the Flame Master for the Night Lords. He re-rolls failed lookout serves and re-rolls feel no pain.
So like he's like super like grabbing guys and putting them in front of him.
I'll patch you up. Take the bullet. Take that bolt around for me. I'll patch you up.
You weren't gonna make it anyway.
Yeah, right. I'm a doctor, man.
I was gonna tell you something later anyway. Your lungs ain't looking good. That's all I had to say. Your physical. So, but yeah, so he's got the survivor's luck, so he can re-roll his failed lookout serve rolls. So he's gonna be like extra survivable. I mean, he's got a 4-up armor save like everybody else. Toughness 3. He actually has weapon skill and ballistic skill 2. I don't know how that works. Like I don't know why.
Doctor, bro.
But he's like, he began his career as a physician to the wealthy and powerful. Yeah, I guess so.
You don't need to learn how to shoot when somebody else will shoot for you.
Yeah, he shoots the same as like a little goblin. Yeah, whatever. So he's not there for combat. Everybody knows that. But you can't join him to anything other than the Tactical Command Squad, the Last Rifle section, the Flamer section, or the Storm section. But I think the auto gunnery provides feel no pain to any model is equipped with and confers special to any infantry they have joined. Model with auto gunnery. So what you have to do is he an independent character? No, he's not. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say like you've got to find some way to wipe out your own unit, put him in the back, and then you can join him. But no.
Well, no, you just have a character unit join that squad.
Yeah, it's the only.
Like a cataphract. Well, you wouldn't a cataphract Terminator, but I don't know.
Some
beefy badass like Sigismund.
or Vulcan.
Vulcan, right? Vulcan smash things. I mean,
Especially.
sure you're winning on.
Especially a Flamer section.
Yeah, Flamer section's the way to go. So should I do red eyes for this Terminator?
Yeah, of course.
Red eyes. Well, I haven't even answered that question yet. That's stupid. I have a Wraith Knight too.
Your mic's going out again, bro. It's doing it again. So
good earlier.
Oh, it's
good?
great. It's great now. It's great.
Oh, okay. I twisted it wrong, I guess. That's what happens when you pay $20.
All right, so the Orderlies came out, Space Wolves came out, and Warhammer Fest tickets, and that's about it, man. And those that Thousand Suns Contemptor.
We also we're talking about Forge World.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Thousand Suns Contemptor.
We lost you again. We lost you.
All right, we're good.
Nope, not yet.
Nope, not good yet. All right, good now.
So close. Nope, nothing.
Oh,
Nope.
Almost there.
Nothing.
All right, almost. Huh?
Nope. Am I in?
There.
Is it in?
Am I in?
Nope.
Found it. No, not there.
You're so good.
You good?
No. Fuck.
There? I'm going to buy a new mic tomorrow. Fuck y'all. Better?
No, nothing. Yeah? I mean, we can hear you.
God.
We can hear you. It's just not.
Oh,
right there.
Right there. All right, can you hear me? All right.
All right, hold on. Let me untwist everything. Yeah.
No, it was so good for like a second.
I hate my life.
It was so good for like a second.
I hate my life. So awful. What? Good?
Nothing.
Keep going. Go on without me. Leave me behind.
Forget about me.
You guys still love me.
That sucks. So Ryan Kimmel said, if the Imperials have an auto gurney, why are they wasting it on human shitbirds? That's legit. Like, I guess because the whatever like needles it can like stab people with don't go through power armor. So I guess like whatever it's doing, or maybe I don't know. You know, it doesn't make sense. Like honestly, every time I see Imperial Guard or Solar Auxilia have something better than Space Marines, it doesn't make sense to me. Like why the Space Marines don't have this amazing thing, giving 4+ feel no pain to them. Like, it doesn't make sense. None of this, like, they probably have like a super auto gurney that I don't know. Honestly, I don't have an answer for you, Ryan. Like, I think I'm a little. It's a little dumb. Like I don't know why a Space Marine can't sit up on the auto gurney and get his choice of whatever drugs, mind-altering painkillers, and feel no pain just like an Imperial Guard can.
Looking at you, Emperor's children.
Looking at you. So it doesn't make sense. Stupid Imperial Guard getting all the good shit.
All the ladies and stuff. Space Marines dying for the Emperor.
So yeah, so that's what came out. I guess we can go ahead and touch base on the FAQ that came out today.
Perfect. Yes. Well. Oh my God, I'm turning this off. Maybe that's what it is. All right, can you hear me?
No. I think it's definitely some with your mic. Why don't you try plugging your mic like half in? Like,
half in?
Like it seemed like.
I got it.
Nothing. No, can't hear you.
All right, you guys go ahead.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so good. So I guess what we can do for this is because we gotta wait for Zach. Like we gotta get Zach in on this call. Like he's got to be part of the FAQ talk. Like it's definitely got to be like this whole.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely. Oh, I hate this mic.
Oh, you sound a little bit better.
I just replugged it in from the port. Apparently, it unplugs from like not the cables. I don't know. It's weird. I don't even know how to do this. You're the techno guru.
I don't know, dude. Like when you came on, it was just solid.
Yeah, it was good for a while. It gave me a good run. It had a good run.
Then now I'm echoing, and I don't know where it's coming from. Like it's a whole thing. It's just
it's just
it's just a disaster, really. It is. That's all that it is.
So
yeah.
let's go ahead and let's get Relaz in here because he's dying to talk about the FAQ. Please hold for all of y'all, everybody listening out there in the land of podcast where this is going.
I'm gonna work on lightning. So I didn't realize how big a Charybdis was.
I'm glad you now know.
Oh my god, like, I don't even know how they use this. How do they even fit these in the ships? I mean, come on.
Oh god, what are we looking at, Zane? Is that your master plan?
Are we in?
Are you corrupted?
Am I in?
Yeah, you're in, but you're on.
I've got a warp transmission.
Whoa! I'm just gonna go. I'm on camera. Get in here. I'm as per usual whoring out the podcast on everything I know of. So
that works for me, man.
Just
heck yeah.
Quick, really.
Gooch man, we're about to touch base on the FAQ that came out today. Really, we're not going to talk about everything. We're just going to talk about the shit that doesn't make sense and kind of like the game changing stuff.
Is there stuff that doesn't make sense?
Yeah,
there's some like.
A lot of it was stuff that like I think I was on the side that tended to. Weirdly, I agreed with a lot of what I agreed with a lot of what they ended up saying on the topics that they complained about. But
yeah, well, I guess I'll touch base on like one of the first things like to me that just didn't make any fucking sense, and I guess we'll just go from like I'll say something that didn't make sense to me, and if it makes sense to you, you can explain to me why it made sense. How about that?
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go with emplacements, gun emplacements. Did you read the FAQ on the gun emplacements?
Kid him, sir.
So on the rule on gun emplacements, the question was asked: if I have a model in base contact with a gun emplacement, and an enemy also has a model in gun emplacement, who gets to use the gun emplacement? And Games Workshop says both of you get to use it. It makes sense. Y'all take turns on the gun emplacement. So like basically you have like a Space Marine like unloading with his Icarus last cannon, like shooting down planes on his turn.
And then Dark Eldar sneaks up and takes it.
No, and he hands it over. He's like, here you go. Like, go ahead.
Take it, my friend. I've had my share.
He's ready to like put another quarter in, and he looks and he realizes there's a line, and he's like, oh yeah, it's y'all's turn. I'm sorry, I'm hogging the Icarus last cannon.
I think it's funny. I think it'd be cool depending on like what you're facing, like. So you have like a Marine sitting on the Icarus last cannon, and he's firing away, and he looks over, and then he just sees the thing, and he like looks over to see if he's trying to reposition himself, try to figure out where his enemies are, and he just like hears a noise. He looks back, and his tank has just exploded to it, and there's just a Dark Eldar sneaking away. That's how I imagine that works.
And like they don't. That does not make none of that. That is the most ridiculous. Like, come on.
From narratively, obviously, it doesn't make sense. I don't think there was any way to make it better from a gameplay perspective.
Or just make it like I think everybody plays it right now that nobody gets to use it.
I've been running into that.
Around with each other.
Yeah, like it's not like you take turns on the emplacement and just have like this gentleman's agreement that's
to
like.
Be fair, I don't know. Have two enemy models in control of this tiny ass emplacement, and one of them isn't charging the other.
Yeah, like I mean, if it's like, especially if it's like if there's a flyer flying around, I'm gonna choose to use this emplacement over charging an infantry squad. Like, yeah, I'm gonna use this Icarus last cannon, or I'm gonna use this quad gun
I'll
instead
let
of
my
like.
boys.
I'm actually okay. I don't know about that because specifically in that case, I think you don't even need Icarus lascans anymore because who cares? Skyfire blasts work on flyers now.
Yeah, Helldrake.
Although
Helldrake
that
can
depends
play.
on if the Helldrake's keeping Skyfire in the new book. But
Oh yeah, he has it right now.
as of right now, I think it is too. I think it's going to be the type of flyer that gets Sky. I think it's going to be a fighter, like a anti-aircraft flyer.
Yeah.
Apparently, also the Helldrake is getting an in-reserve only vector strike, and it's going to be like a
Yeah.
Helldrake specific role, which is super cool.
He's so awesome.
But not talking about Death in the
Poor
Skies
guy.
right now. I think like the biggest thing, I think that while it doesn't make sense, I feel like it's at the same time like I feel like it's such a niche case that I don't really mind. Like I don't know. I don't see a position where I'd say, okay, you're fine to fire Icarus. You're standing like an inch away from me across this freaking gun emplacement. We're both in base-to-base contact because you have to be in base-to-base contact in this case. It's not just like you're within 3. So like, if you're both in B2B with it, and it's your turn, I don't see any position why, even if the model firing the last cannon keeps firing the last cannon, like why aren't other units going in and attacking this thing that's that far in your back line?
I don't know. I feel like from like a rule perspective, like it just doesn't make sense. Like stuff like that, like the whole auto gurney thing, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it. Like I don't get it. I don't get how Feel No Pain works. I don't get how you take turns on like a last cannon like it's a quarter driven pony. Like I don't understand. I don't like it's.
I don't think it's a niche enough case where it'll matter. I think it's too much of a niche case where I don't think it'll matter much. But I suppose you're correct. I skimmed over that one because I was like, this will never matter to me because I've never seen a scenario where a gun emplacement was controlled by 2 people. Because when does that ever happen? Unless you're like
Right.
deep striking someone, precision deep striking on. You know what? The one time I think I could see it happening
Webway
is
portal.
like webway portaling onto it, yeah. And then like the Archon steals it, but then the Wraithguard aren't firing, so you're okay that he steals it. So who the hell cares?
Well, he can fire it technically, and they can still fire too, but they have to fire at the same time.
If he's firing it doesn't have. I don't think it does. The Archon have a way to get split fire? I don't think he does.
Well, he can fire at the same unit, but
Yeah, he can fire the same unit, but it's like I'm gonna snap shoot this thing that I'm going to guaranteed kill with these sides. Totally sensible.
Totally. Very.
No, I think. Yeah, I don't. I guess I've just never seen gun emplacements used all that much, and when I do, they stop being used after like turn 2.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't see that as being a major problem because like I never see them anymore. Like even at tournaments, like I just don't see them anymore. I mean, like nobody uses. I mean, especially since you can't roll a 6 to blow up with something that doesn't have an AP of 2 or better. It's like nobody takes them anymore because like an Icarus last cannon is cute, but it's like it's still one shot last cannon. There's so much better shooting.
It's like, oh, I have a one-shot Skyfire last cannon, or I can sit on an objective, and if I roll a 3, I get Skyfire.
I think the major thing to talk about is the grenades we were talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. That was gonna be the next one. Like that, like the whole emplacement thing was gonna be like a little tease. Like that was gonna be like,
Cute.
I'm gonna see how much he's invested in these FAQs. So let's talk about the Meltaguns. Like let's talk about
Melt bombs, you mean? If you're only allowed to have one Meltagun
grenades.
turn, that'd be worse.
Grenades in general. Like let's just
Grenades
people. I mean, like
is ridiculous.
like Imperial Guard. You know, they use crack grenades to take down anything. You know, they
Monsters.
got to. You know, that's all they got. You know.
I feel like there is a big consideration to make. Like, obviously the rules, like people have been saying, like now that we're looking at this, the rules have said it the whole time. Like this isn't actually a change. The rules literally stated that you could only use one grenade per unit per phase. But the fact that they use the term throw the grenades and the fact that you don't throw the grenades in assault, everyone was like, oh, you don't throw grenades in assault. That means that one model in the shooting phase can, but in the assault phase you do it one per model. But GW said, no, that's not the way we intended it. Looking at the other stuff they've created, a lot of units don't pay a lot of points if they have a ton, like multiple Melta-Bombs and stuff outside of Forge World, but GW proper, they don't really pay that much for like multiple Melta-Bombs. You see it in Fire Dragons for Eldar, for example. They don't pay for all those Melta-Bombs, and other situations, Tau with haywire grenades. They're supposed to be terrible in combat, but fire warriors are one of the most deadly things to a knight in melee, which is ridiculous. But then you look at it and you go, oh, they only intended for grenades to be using once per combat. So rule-wise, it actually seems to line up with what they did.
I don't think Forge World got that memo.
I don't think Forge World got that memo. No.
I think they were like, you know what? Oh, we'll let you charge 5 points per model for a grenade. Like you're going to be paying 50 points for your already useless assault squad to have one job that it could do really well, and now it's like, okay, never mind. Don't like if assault squads were a stock right now, they'd be they'd be tanked. Like they were already pretty like penny stock level, but I think they'd be packing it up right now. They'd be going home.
They're going home. They're just tired of it.
Like what the fuck? Like really? Like, and honestly, if we're talking about like rules wise, like I get why they did it. Like yes, you're right. Like I can understand that if they gave a bunch of units free melta-bombs and they're like, oh, we fucked up. Like.
The rules set, the basic BRB does say it. It's a rule clarification. It's not like they changed the rule. Just it was so vague that no one figured it out, and it's new to 7th.
Exactly, because in 6th edition, it was saying, it specifically said everybody could use.
Yeah, now
grenades and assault.
It actually said the opposite, but it was so vague in its wording that it needed to be FAQ'd. And no one thought of it because it was that way in 6th, and it just, the way it read like it was only for the shooting phase, but in fact it does say 1 grenade per unit per phase.
Right,
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know, I just don't see, I don't see if everybody in your squad has a melta-bomb. Like, we were actually talking about this in the chat. Like, we were talking about it on the Facebook chat. We were saying, like, okay, whose turn is it to throw the melta-bomb? Okay, we're going to fight the knight. So who's gonna use their melta-bomb? I don't have a list. I have a list ready to go. And I think I remember last time Jim got to use his melta-bomb, right? And like Jim's like, yeah, I did. That was me. He's like, you missed. I remember you missed. So I think Brian, Brian, you're up. You get to use your melta-bomb.
Melta-bombs, at least, I think crack grenades you stick to in melee. Because the idea is that you stick it on and then run the fuck away, try to stick it somewhere where the monstrous creature can't just pull the shit off. Or even the vehicle can't just, like, turn and it'll fall off. Or, like, the dude can get out of the hatch and just kind of, like, knock it off. The bombs need to be in place in a very specific spot. It's why, in my opinion, why they probably can miss, is you just, literally just, you miss, you put it in a wrong place, and, like, you're on against a Chimera, you put it on, like, the side hull, and the guardsman just comes out and, like, knocks it off with his bayonet, and it just falls off. Because, they are, the melt bomb takes time to prime. So what
you're saying is, like, if you're going against, logically, you're saying that if you're going against a tank that you can't possibly... Let's look at the new Dawn of War video. Let's take a look at this fucking dude running with his chainsaw. He's got his chainsword against a dreadnought, and he's just getting his ass. Like, there's nothing he can do. You're going to tell me that his sergeant's like, you don't get to use your melta. We're not fucking savages. We don't just go using melta bombs on everything.
The fact you only get one attack because there's no point in wasting them. Like, if you have multiple guys, you're only going to use one melta bomb because there's only really one place, I assume, that you can pick up blind spot, especially on monstrous creatures. Like,
you are
kind of prime. They have to get away. That is the point of why.
Talk about fluff. I saw a guy cut down a Warhound Titan with a power sword in the Night Lords trilogy. I mean, in my opinion, if you have a whole squad, you're not gonna reserve your grenades when this big ass dreadnought or whatever the fuck is coming your way. You're not gonna say, let's be fair about this battle, right? Let's just throw one crack grenade and hope it lands.
Okay. Well, I understand.
Honestly, you're like, who are you gonna prep for that? Like, you gotta be like, are you ready? Like, because we're gonna all run around him. We're gonna do jack shit. We can't hurt him.
Okay. Again, the idea is to put the bomb in a blind spot so it actually works.
No, I don't care. I'm putting it anywhere. Like I'm putting it.
putting on his dick.
I'm lining his whole leg. Like the whole Wraithguard leg is gonna have like 6 melta-bombs per side.
Oh,
And
good
then
lord.
the
knocks-
Wraith Knight looks
If he
down at
knocks
it.
up-
The Wraith Knight looks down at it and goes and just literally just pulls them off.
Yeah.
course,
And
like-
how long? How long does he have to do that? No,
But he can pull off one, or he can pull off a 10-man squad of melta bombs. Just saying.
I
Again,
don't know. I'm not, as I've said, I'm not the biggest fluff guy. I'm the rules guy.
Yeah.
And rules-wise, this was obviously intended, right? Whatever.
Well, what about Ryan actually is talking in the chat right now, and he's making a great point. What about tank busters? Now tank busters can't they can't bust tanks.
Yeah.
They have missile hammers, dude.
Yeah, but they hit on 5s, and they're
Oh no, they're
too
terrible. Let me rephrase this. Let me phrase this. Tank busters just got nerfed to shit.
But why would you make a unit like that if the whole time your intention for those rules was to only have 1 grenade? Why would you give an entire unit?
Orcs suck. GW doesn't know how to write orc rules. Have you seen the mob rule table?
Yeah, that
Have
was
you
horrible.
seen what the Gazgul supplement does to the mob rule table?
Yeah.
One of my
Unless you
friends
raw every turn.
No, not that part. I mean, no, when you don't take the formation, literally, if you take the Gazgul supplement, you get a +2 to the mob roll table.
Okay, let's not go into supplements on orcs right now.
Yeah.
We're just gonna take the
rules
idea.
are written so badly that I don't like the orc. No one knows how to write orcs at GW. They just don't. There's no one who knows what orcs are supposed to do or how to write them.
Here's the thing about it, though. Here's the thing about it. Is like, I understand the whole grenade thing. It's like, we want vehicles to last long. This whole 7th edition, in its essence, because of directly influenced by 6th edition, where vehicles were easy to destroy. Now
Which was influenced by 5th edition, where they were too hard to destroy.
Too hard. It was this is kind of the perfect medium, but they still see that dreadnoughts are not used. In fact, the new CEO for Games Workshop actually plays the game. He actually plays it.
I know. He started at Eptic. He was one of the people who started at Epticon.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, that's the whole idea, is because there's these units that, like Imperial Knights. They want to push Imperial Knights. Imperial Knights are so easy to kill in the game these days. They're so easy to kill. It's almost unless you're running the Chaos variant or running one of the Forge World versions, you're not running an Imperial Knight. And that's a lot of the idea behind these.
Well, the other time you run one is in a war complication, because you have to.
but we're talking about, let's talk about like 30K. In purest of essence.
Well, 30K also has the problem of you can't actually take them effectively. There's no way to just take, like, the way the rules are stated, it's really debatable whether you can take one as a regular war.
Okay, not going into all that.
Yeah.
Well,
Go on, Ryan.
Just talking about it in its essence.
Oh yeah, they die way too easily. I'll agree with
They die easy. They die easy. Contemptors die easy. Anything like that, if there's a melta-bomb in a multiple effect, it'll die easy, especially if it's in a higher weapon skill. You think about Imperial Knights. They have their own thing. They're in their own form. They come in. They have you can take them as whatever their allied detachments, which a lot of the Forge World books have moved them to being able to be taken. Like the Knight Lewis Rite of War, like I say, a lot of these new ones. Instead, the Terror Soul, you used to not be able to take any allied attachment. Now you can take, as long as it's not the Legion's Astartes allied attachment. So you can take these Knights with them. But that being said, I think it was a little bit overboard, especially since Forge World does utilize paying 50 points for a assault squad to take frickin' melta-bombs. I might be wrong on the point cost. Or look at Sky Hunters. They pay 5 points per model. Intentionally, I do believe that they made a little bit of an oversight, because that completely hurts the effectiveness against vehicles. Now Legion Astartes can't just throw multiple crack grenades and glance out, reliably glance out a vehicle. Reliably can't glance out a Rhino. Reliably cannot glance out a Rhino.
As someone who relied on crack grenades to bust tanks, because I just, like, I was building, I just build, like, as you guys, I don't know if I said this, but I really like the fact that I love the Horde Marine setup. I love taking like 2 or 3 units of 20 tacticals. It's just the way I like to play. I'm used to just freaking crack bombing tanks because it's all I can do to them. But and I said the same thing when I saw that rule. I went, "Oh no, they figured it out. There goes my ability to bust tanks."
Bust anything.
I literally was like,
anything.
"Yeah, they don't." That's the thing. Like, I think this is a big distinction for like 3 armies. So it's like it matters for orcs because one of their big tank bustas are not as good in combat anymore, right? They need like other stuff to actually be good at it. They're still good at just popping like AV 11 and 12, and then you just mega knob the other stuff, but they're worse at it now. Marines matter because especially 30k or 40k, like you cracked grenade things that were important.
Well, you're not against Mechanicum, the monstrous creatures.
Exactly.
You
like
are more likely to wound on sixes. Go ahead, Michael.
no, like that's a huge thing. Like Mechanicum, like you're like all these different units that are running, melta guns or crack grenades. Like that was their out. Especially Solar Ox and Militia. Like that was their that's all they had. Like you had nothing else. Your strength 3. Like the whole meta just kind of changed because of that little FAQ. And I think Ryan put it the best way when he said the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. Like it kind of sucks that we got a rule set that was kind of based on the assumption that everybody got to throw bombs, and now it's like, oh, never mind. We fixed it. And so it doesn't make sense. Like it's a decision that just doesn't make sense. I can see why they did it. Like I get it. I get why they decided that it'd be a good idea. But rule-wise, it doesn't make sense. Like nothing about like play-wise, like thinking about it wise. Like I actually like it like it's comical. Like it's so like we are making fun of it all day today, talking about like how different, whose turn is it? Like who gets to use their bomb? And then we found all these different gifs about like people fucking up their grenade throws and like it falling, like hitting a tree and falling back at them. Like that's the kind of shit we have to deal with now. Like if it's like now they're like completely unreliable to kill tanks if you have melta bombs. So why even take them? Like
yeah. I think actually we'll probably see the rise of was it Red Butchers for World Bearers again?
World Eaters.
World Eaters, yeah. Just because, or for that matter, Alpha Legion might start taking them. Just because the double chain fist sergeant is gonna be like the single best tank buster, like reliably in the game right now. I think. Other than just like, bringing a D weapon super heavy and laughing. I think actually the biggest thing that to me is the change to this is the massive buff that it gives pretty much anything that can take armored ceramite, but very specifically the Spartan. This is like melta bombs were the bane of the Spartan. Like I know I was building lists with breacher marines all with melta bombs just because, and like either melta guns just to try to glance it or grav guns because I knew I needed to kill Spartans. And you cannot reliably kill a Spartan with a melta bomb now because you only get one attack.
You only get one shot, and then it's gonna bounce off, or the guy, like you said, is gonna come out of his hatch and go, get off of there. It's gonna go.
With the broom.
The broom.
You need to
it away. It falls back onto the guy. Oh crap! Damn it, Jim.
Dude, the thing that inside the tank, it's gonna be like, it's gonna look at his broom like, old trusty. Oh, we live another turn, old trusty.
Just model a broom on their tank now. No, actually, to me I think actually the thing that I reacted to more than the melta bombs, and the bomb changes weirdly, other than like I've talked about the blasts with Skyfire being able to hit flyers and flying monstrous creatures, which is to me super cool. Again, the Helldrake. My little sister plays Chaos Space Marines. One of her only models is a Helldrake. She's painting it beautifully. I am so happy that thing just got buffed.
Yeah. I
do not know how happy I am about that.
Tangent. I play 40k and I play really well. I've done really well with the Corn Demonkin especially. But yeah, I was happy with that. But honestly, another thing about that, again, we were talking about the aerial assault, the new phase they're introducing. how will that affect our flyers, our 30K flyers, or?
I was talking about that all the time on the when it first dropped. Apparently, there is a line in that book that says it replaces the rules in the BRB.
Yeah, but then again, do we follow that? Because I mean, then again, they've always GGW's always stood by saying that it is for we are allowed to change it. It says that in the BRB. We are allowed to use what we can. This is just a set basis of rules that they have for us. So do we use that? Do we use the flight? Do we make the games longer? Potentially.
Yeah, I think kind of reading in like if we're gonna jump from FAQ to Death from the Skies, like I could see I did see where they had mentioned that like the dogfight phase only happens if like a flyer freshly came in and you have a flyer freshly come in.
No,
and thinking about it like 30K wise, I don't see enough flyers on the table for that to actually like. That's like because I mean we play 30K. Honestly, like how many flyers do you guys go against? Like I don't see it.
So there's like 3 things in that book. So there's the dogfight phase, which happens not when they come in, but actually when they're in reserve. The dogfight phase happens between 2 flyers that are in reserve. I think if you have multiple, you choose one to enact the dogfight with. If your opponent also has a flyer. If neither person wants to do it, you don't dogfight phase. If one person wants to do it, you roll off. If you succeed, you dogfight. I don't know if that's for the game or the turn, but it's kind of like night fighting. In that way. You gotta keep your voice down. Sorry. You should get ready for that. I'm on a podcast, Dad. Dad. He came in and told me to go.
Sorry, Zane's dad. Sorry, Zane's dad. He'll keep his voice down.
Okay, so. The rule the second thing about it is based on the new rules, if you have more flyers in your army than your opponent, you get +1 or -1 to your reserve rolls, and your opponent takes -1 to their reserve rolls. So air superiority now exists. So taking more flyers is going to be more effective because taking flyers is now natural reserve manipulation. And thirdly, is the new stats, right? So there's the flyer type now. There's fighters, which are the only ones that get Skyfire, but they take a -1 BS to shooting ground targets. I'm assuming the Ziffin's going to be a fighter. Either the Ziffin or the Primaris are going to be fighter. No, not fighter. Fighter is the middle class, I think.
Interceptor or whatever. Yeah.
Interceptor, whatever it's called. Then fighter, or whatever it's called, is the middle class. They do not... they don't get Skyfire, but they don't take a negative in like the dogfight phase, and they don't have like weird negatives like bombers do, which are like the pure anti-infantry one. And fighters include most troop transport flyers and probably everything called a fighter. So
gotcha.
The assumption at this point is that at least for 30K, my assumption is going to be like Storm Raven, Storm Eagle, Fire Raptor are all going to be fighters, and as will be.
You play 30K? Have you ever played a Storm Raven? How many Storm Ravens you running? Come on, Zane. Come on.
There's none.
I don't know, dude. Like, honestly, like, I don't like. We play 30K a lot, and I guess even coming from Adepticon, like, did y'all really see any? Besides me, I took 2 flyers, but.
Well, then you would have had some crazy reserve manipulation going on.
I had 2. I had 2 flyers.
Yeah, did you play? But that's our meta. That's our local meta.
Well, what about the Charybdis? Like, I mean, how does that?
The Charybdis, yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, I had a Dreadclaw, so I had 3. I had 3 technically.
Dreadclaws count.
They are flyers. They are all flyers.
Okay, so like if we're talking about that kind of stuff, so that's actually a really big deal, and I'm glad that y'all brought that up because I didn't even think about it. Is if my lightnings can wipe out or intercept y'all's Dreadclaws before y'all bring them in, would y'all still use Dreadclaws?
I think it depends. I think actually what you'll see is...
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, Sons of Horus are getting better, I think, actually. Weird, like, that's a negative to them, but Sons of Horus are going to have a buff in that if your Sons of Horus army is, like, Dreadclaw heavy and Flyer heavy, actually, Netlords can do this too. Netlords can do this too with...
Hang tight, Zane. I'm actually directing the question more towards, like, Ryan and Zach, because...
It's kind of cool.
Settle down. Zane.
Just the plus one minus one, and then getting a plus one minus one from a.
Zane.
So Ryan, would you still use your Anviluses knowing that I could intercept them just by having lightnings?
Generally I bring in the 2,000 point game. I generally bring up because I could only have one heavy support in my Night Lords. I generally bring a Fire Raptor, right? So I could use a Fire Raptor, correct? But that being said, I have a bunch. I use the Dreadclaw, and I'm wondering myself because you have the Drop Pod of Soul with it. Does it affect when it comes in turn one? Does it like can you intercept it when it's coming out of the sky on turn one during the Drop Pod of Soul, or does it come in through, or does it only come in when you're rolling for reserve?
Yeah, I say that too. My Dreadclaw would usually come in turn one. I mean, it's a necessary to get your guys into combat to assault by turn two. Therefore, that would negate your whole turn two, lightnings or whatever coming in, right?
Yeah. I mean that's the way I'm looking at it. Because as a player, as a Dreadclaw, I love Dreadclaws and I love Soul Claws especially. Now, I don't see any reason to bring more than one of each model. I don't, because they are expensive. They do take up a lot of points, especially in a drop pod. My Parasol for drop pods, and they do not count as flyers. So they cannot be intercepted unless you have a gun that's intercepting it on the ground, on the table. But as a Charybdis, as a Dreadclaw, I wonder myself, am I bringing him in? Can he get intercepted, or is that only when reserves are being rolled? That's the only thing I wonder about.
Yeah, Robert Rainey just said dogfighting will give a big boost to my 2 Thunderbolts and Lightning for my Solar. My Arvis doesn't have Skyfire anymore though. Hey, but the fact that you own an Arvis, that's badass.
Yeah,
like
we're happy.
Just boop, 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 the fucking the flying Coke can. So good. How much of the squirrel shit do we do? 30 players have to put up with before Forge World just does their own rules. That's right, Ryan. Like I kind of feel like that's like I don't know, but the good thing about 30K is the good thing so far is I've noticed that like Forge World will FAQ the shit out of something. Like even though they just release an FAQ, they just release the book, like they will release their own FAQ like almost every couple quarters. Like every 6 months they'll throw something out there. So I could see them like taking this FAQ, which is still first draft. So like
this is not in effect.
So
we even talk about that on the tournament page for 40K. It's like it is not set in stone yet. So.
Yeah, so like I could see, and of course on top of that, Death from the Skies. When has Forge World ever let us down and just like not been up to date with something and like not fix something? Like I could see maybe for like what's good right now is this FAQ isn't official yet, so it's not gonna be the first thing. What's going on, Barth? It's not gonna be the first thing to just like hit, and like we're not gonna have to play Alamo GT with this FAQ yet, so we're not gonna have to go into an event with it. But I'm hoping before the next event that we're at or we're playing in and all that stuff, like, cause that changes up a lot. I mean, even like if I ran my Blood Angels right now, I'm a little bit less scared running them with Melta Bombs running around because my Dreadnoughts are just gonna be they're gonna be fearless,
Yeah, they're not.
Just beat the shit out of the beat the shit out of the guy with the Power Fist, and you just got a good time after that. It's like the fucking the dog from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's, you tonight, you.
So got a lot in common.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You got those hairs too. Oh. I want to rape you. I think I want to rape you.
Ham banana. Yeah, Bart said ham banana. Yeah. I want to be called spaghetti. Yeah. I don't know. I definitely see I definitely see the not any tournaments or anything coming up in May, but I know June. By the time June rolls around, June or July, we're gonna have a couple events going on. We have the
Goaler 222.
Goaler 2222. So
I'm trying to go to that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to. I hope to see you guys there if I can.
Yeah, that'd be badass if you can make it, dude. We could teach you how to play some 30K. and bring your Storm Ravens. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying that like that is like if I have to think about this, like I don't usually go into events competitively like that, but that will make a huge difference on how I pack my guys. Like it's gonna make like I generally run 2 lightnings in my Raven Guard, so if they are like I might run 3 now. I just like if
there's also
I've
the
never
thing
used
of
them.
their agility value, right? Like the new there's the 2 other new stats which I didn't get. I don't know if you guys know what the 2 other new stats do that aren't the type.
it's one of them. One of them gives you like an additional like I'm echoing.
So I might just need to turn my sound. Sorry.
Yeah, one of them gives you like additional movement when you're moving around, like an additional. Yeah.
The pursuit value when you outside of the dog tech fight phase gives you an additional move. I believe only on flat outs. So it lets you flat out an additional. You flat out an additional number of inches, or you just move. I don't know which, but it increases your move distance in some way equal to the number that your pursuit value is. And then agility is for how flyers can move, turn 90 degrees, and then move.
Yeah.
Now you can take an agility test, which is basically like any other characteristic test. You roll off. If it's lower than your agility, you pass. And if you succeed on it, you can turn again. I don't know if it's any time during the move or only at the end, but you can make a second turn, allowing flyers to possibly turn 180 degrees.
Yeah, I guess like the point we were trying to make was like how list we're gonna like change.
Well, I think, and just again, this point I tried to bring up, I actually want to hear Zach's comment on this. It's possible that, and very likely actually, based on the rules, that Sons of Horus can get a pretty reliable 2-up rerollable for the reserve rolls through use of having more flyers and having a command Rhino for +1. I believe it gets +1/-1, correct?
The Damocles, but
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't run the Damocles if I would do orbital assault, which is you can't do that. Plus it's I think Sons of Horse is designed more for orbital assault, but I mean it's possible.
Yeah, I don't know. Like because you get the rerolling reserve rolls in 1, you can combine that with the ability to get 2 +1/-1s and have very controllable reserve rolls.
Yeah.
Right.
Horus also they already add +1 to their reserve rolls for edge.
I thought you rolled ones.
No, yeah, you're right. Reroll ones. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's where I think it's going to come into play, at least in that list building. I think also there's going to be consideration with the new the flyer formations, not like formations like formations of units you make and they get special rules. It's actually like the way your flyers are placed on the table. If they're in a wing together, so like a unit of flyers is called a wing, and if your wing is big enough, you can have flyers in a certain formation on the tabletop. So like I know one of them is if you have a wing of 4 flyers and they're all in like a square shape and each flyer is the corner, all models gain a 4-up invuln. It will not die in Interceptor.
It sounds like they're trying to like definitely move flyers. Like they're trying to get like flyers off the shelves. They're tired of seeing these storm talons not going anywhere. So
you got to do like the flying V. Come on, you guys need all of the flying V.
I think there's a flying V like bonus formation thing, but
stop it.
If you end your movement in a pattern,
this is brutal.
Getting out of control.
Movement in a pattern, you get a bonus for it. There's patterns for 2 models, patterns for 3, and patterns for 4.
All right, we're gonna stop.
Yeah,
I think we should
talk
stop
about that. And coming back to the FAQ, I think. Did I say what the? Oh, I just realized how we got on that tangent. I was talking about the other thing that really got me other than Delta mobs, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but preferred enemy and other things that give you rerolls of 1 to hit no longer allow you, based on what they said in the FAQ, to reroll gets hot rolls for blast weapons or the scatter on a blast weapon.
Right, but that doesn't. I mean, that was like a big deal if you were running Astra Militarum and you're running plasma tanks, but I mean that you can't really get that kind of combo in 30K. There's not really an instance where that comes up that I can think of off the top of my head. So
the other part of it that matters, and this is just really for me, Mike, is that they specified that if you have a friend enemy independent character, you do not get it on a unit that has an independent character in it.
Yeah.
Which.
But that was also a kind of echoing from your end again.
Dang nabbit! I gotta
Yeah,
I'm gonna back up off my speakers with my mic. I'm back here now.
But yeah, that actually came up in the FAQ for Forge World a while back, and so that's kind of how it's been played already. But you're right, with Decapitation Strike, that could have been a big deal if you were just to get preferred enemy independent character all the time, and for all units, like that definitely could have been a big deal. But so I don't think it nerfed any Raven Guard armies, but if you were playing like that, then yeah, it could have messed you up pretty badly.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, I mean, I think that's like a lot of the major changes.
Yeah, I would position my army or any model that I had with independent characters to attack. Like I would make sure that it was the first unit I was hitting or anything like that. So like it's not going to change the way I play at all.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think I was already kind of in a weird state with my Raven Guard. I'm trying to figure out what I really want to do with them. So I don't think it matters for me too much either, but it does matter. I mean, it also, I guess, on the flip side of that, they talked about, oh, you know what actually is a little bit more mattering? Is, I don't know, I guess you can't, like, a lot of the stuff is stuff that doesn't happen in 30K. I guess it's, like, other than the preferred enemy stuff, the Melta stuff, or the bomb stuff. I think those are, like, really the only two that super matter for 30K, because a lot of the stuff had to deal with like battle brothers and each other's transports, which was a big change for 40K, by the way. The Blood Angel taxi service has closed.
Yeah. So back to.
That's not, but that's there were 30. Yeah, I mean that's thing that affects on the 40K. On the 30K page, the main things what we're talking about is
okay. It might just be because I have to turn my sound down too low to actually like not have reverb, but I can't really hear you, Ryan. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem, man.
So I would say one of the big things that I noticed on this one is did Ryan, when you took sniper vets, or did you ever take sniper vets with flamers?
Sometimes I tried it one time. I think when I first got into it, because I loved flamers back in 6th edition.
So would you take a combi flamer on your sergeant?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So now they make you split that up. Like you can't just do all 3 flame templates at the same time.
Exactly.
So that
different weapons in tech.
Because the combi flamer is technically a different weapon.
Yeah, so like it kind of seems like out of place now, like because you're not going to get this like massive ass blob that you got before. So you got to use your 2 flamers, which are precision shot or not precision shot snipers, so they're going to be rending or whatever.
But those flamers, the other one's going to hit like 1 or 2 models after the other one shot. And I mean, and you're right. I don't see there's going to be a little change to it. Combi meltas too. Iron and melto, all 3 melts together, I guess. So.
One thing that I was kind of interested in as well was the new rule that says flamer weapons with a Prometheum relay. I was kind of wondering about that. It says they specifically have to be called a flamer. Like it says that they have to be identified as a flamer, and it's like I don't know. Like it doesn't specify how you determine whether or not it's a flamer.
I think basically the point is that people were like, there's a couple weapons that are like obviously flamers, like the Bale Flamer on the Helldrake, for example, does not actually call itself a flamer, and it's not in the BRB saying it's a flamer. And there is a list in the BRB of weapons that are considered flamers, and a lot of weapons that are flamers that are army specific will actually say it on the profile. For example, the Salamanders in 30K, I know have their I don't know what they're called. The heavy support that get to be troops if you take their original Rite of War, not the new Book 6 one, and they have like the mini Melta or Flamer weapon, and the Flamer weapon specifically states that it is a Flamer weapon as per defined in the BRB.
Yeah, I don't know, because the BRB also has like the Flamestorm cannon in there and everything. What were you gonna say, Ryan?
I mean, you do consider.
Sorry,
you consider
sorry, kind of
build
took that over.
if it says flamer, I mean, it's generally considered flamer. You're gonna have rule mongers. When we're talking about it, like there's gonna be that discretion. You know, there's gonna be what people decide on. They talk about in the rule book, like it's up to the player to discuss with his opponent about using what source he's coming from. Say, you know, like that won't affect us as much, right?
Well, I don't know, man. Like I think it will. You know, you think about the Acheron. You know, that's a flame weapon to me. You know, like
that's a flamer. That is a flamer. I mean, and that's going to be under probably. Then again, we got to think about it. This it's the age-old tale of okay. At the end of the day, the TO is the one that makes the deciding factor at the tournament, whether it's a narrative event or it's a competitive event. So, I mean, and really, are we really that hampered by it? Because it's up to the TO and he can decide at that moment, or you can say beforehand. And generally, most TOs do go along the same lines when they do decide. Like an Acheron flamethrower thing, it might as well be a flame as using a flame template. You know what I mean?
yeah, I guess so, man. Like I don't know, cause like I don't want to like I don't know.
Right.
You know, what do you like if I'm packing a Prometheum relay and I find out when I get to a tournament that the Acheron flamer isn't a flamer? You know, it's kind of like, oh well, I brought the goods. Like I can't. Not that I ever would. Like I honestly can't ever see myself taking something like that. But I don't know. This is like just. It kind of seems like there is a lot of things that got clarified that just made things more difficult than it already was. Like it just.
Of course. I mean, there's always going to be interpretations to it, right? There's always going to be that discretion that like we're going to look at it and say, oh, this is what I'm seeing because I really want to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see what goes. But then again, it's not final. They released this so we can give them feedback on it. They really did. That's even what they said in the back. So I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what Forge World does. Honestly, there's a lot to work with. There's a lot of clarifications that do make sense. Charging through terrain. You can't charge unless there's an access point for ruins now. You can't move through ruins unless there's an access point.
Yeah, that's true. Like there's like just like stuff about the actual gameplay itself, like the whole jump infantry, like completely ignoring height. Like just like they can fly anywhere they want. Like that's pretty cool. That's pretty game changing. I don't think I'm gonna take Assault Marines, but it's pretty cool that Thadlax can do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Might make destroyers better.
Huh?
Wait, what?
Might make destroyers better.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because we have.
I mean, anything. Right?
I was gonna say because there's so much high terrain running around, you know, like there's so much 6-foot terrain out there.
It's just not. But
Yeah, I don't know. That's there's not too much like that's going on with the FAQ that really affects us. I'm interested in seeing the final draft, and I feel like within the same month that they release the final draft, we might get some 30K love from Forge World that's gonna give us some.
I feel like there's going to be some a couple things. Like I feel like right now a lot of this stuff is weird. Actually, someone pointed out, and I noticed, and I guess this is why I'm kind of okay with it. With a lot of these, is that they're pretty consistent with either a interpretation of raw. Like I can understand where, from the rules perspective, they're coming from, GW, and also a lot of it, the stuff that's not raw, that is a change, is actually very much feels like what the ITC has done. So maybe that's why I've been okay with it as so far. I'm not sure. Just that's like looking through it. It's like a lot of the stuff makes sense to me, at least from a balancing perspective. Like, does it suck that melta bombs are crap? Yeah, but like it also means that you can't just like have a single It doesn't suck that your unit of 15 assault marines all with melted bombs can't multi-assault 5 rhinos and blow them all up. Yeah, that kind of sucks. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm happier that it exists than not, I guess.
Okay. I mean, it's a fair way of putting it. I mean, that's exactly what comes from it. I mean, it's just we're gonna all have to look at it. We're gonna, play the game. We're gonna have to adapt. I mean, everybody. The best part of this about this hobby is being able to create a new list. I mean, I'm a list junkie myself. I sit there at work even building lists. So I think that's the best part about this. Is we're gonna be able to build new lists and deal with whatever fact comes, whatever they deal with, and whether Forge World creates a new one or not for us. So we'll see.
Yeah, I guess pretty controversial. We'll put it to bed, guys. No more FAQ talk. It kind of crazy.
The only other thing I wanted to say was the stuff with like.
Guess not. Guess not.
Yeah. Okay, it continues. Go ahead, Zane.
Rivers players care about the psychic rules. Is all I'm saying. Those and all.
Oh.
Oh, we lost Zane.
All right, sorry, Zane. We had to let it go. I'm sorry, we just can't. Anyway, so Goochman, he was asking for advice on an army list. What do you got? Goochman? Like, what kind of army list were you looking at?
Yeah, traitor, loyalist.
Talk to us.
Close combat, shooty. Like, well, what do you like? What color? What's your favorite color?
Nothing. We're shouting out to you, Goochman.
You gotta give us something to work with.
Actually, you know what? Thinking about it now, going back to the Facebook page, we actually had an individual asking for help on a list. Hold on one second here. Wanting to know how to run Blood Angels.
Between you saying between I guess salamanders and ultramarines?
Yes. So you're wondering if you should run salamanders or ultramarines, or are you looking at getting advice on both? Are you running them like a Shattered Legion? Some sort of Sal ultramarines? Yeah, let's see here. Let's see what we got.
Oh, it's an army list. Not picking an army. Gotcha.
Oh, do we have your list? Can you send your list in? Yeah, Nico. Nico said, "Hello, my buddy referred me to this group. I'm trying to figure out how to build a Blood Angel Legion list now that they have rules. I was told you guys have a good opinion on making Legion Army list. I'm trying to make a list based on the Day of Revelations Rite of War for Legion Blood Angels." Yeah, Robert, that sounds legit. As many assault cannons as possible. That kind of seems like the.
Yeah, assault cannons go.
Yeah. So, Goochman, I'm not 100% sure on what you're asking, buddy.
I would like to think that Blood Angels, once their Legion rules come out, or their full Legion rules, like maybe they'll get some special jump troops.
It'll come with characters too. You gotta think. I mean, their characters like unlock special units.
But I mean that they'll have a Legion specific jump troop, that'll be like pretty badass that you may be able to like. I mean, I'm not saying load up on jump pack troops because they'll have like they make them out with special models later. But I mean, you can get those jump packs and be ready for when that happens. I guess.
For when actually, like I feel like once again talking about if assault troops were stock, like I really think that like there's going to be this huge price drop sometime in points. So if you're the guy sitting on those assault troopers, you can always be like,
"Hey, they're all mine. I got this. I'm ready. I'm gonna make 4 different armies with jump packs."
I told you. I told all of you. You all left.
Yeah. Stocking up on all these jump packs. Yeah, I mean that'll probably happen. I think it's pretty much a certainty. It's got to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they come up with these Rite of Wars, like the Vanguard assaults and stuff, and it's like, yeah, it sounds good in theory, but
me and Ryan were having a talk about like what happened in the designer's life that he just hated fucking assault marines so much. And I said the only scenario that I could see where this dude hates him so much is if remember Jetman from like the 80s, that dude that would like go around with the jetpack and like fly around schools and shit.
Yeah.
Like he had like that jetpack and he like fly around. Like I feel like a kid like went to school, saw Jetman flying around, and when he came home, Jetman was railing his mom in the suit. Like,
in the suit, like they're floating in midair, just like suspended.
Going chill.
Like yeah, like and he's like, what? Oh God, mom, what are you doing?
Is
No.
that Jetman?
Is that Jetman? He's my hero.
What I wanted to be when I grew up.
Like it was like Jetpack Man or Jetman. I want to say it was Jetman. And, hold on, dude. I got it. Zach, you didn't seem like you knew what I was talking about, but so I got you, fam.
Is it one of those like super like cumbersome packs that's like
yeah, it's
got
exactly.
hoses everywhere?
It's exactly what you think it is.
Okay.
It's exactly like this dude was there, just like
just giving it to her.
And like Ryan made the point to say like it was for sure he was still in his suit, helmet on and everything. This is like the Rocketeer, just plowing.
I could see that. I could see that scenario and be like, oh yeah, and what should we lift assault marines for?
250 points.
Yeah, the flashbacks come through.
Make them as expensive as Night Raptors, but Night Raptors are infinitely better.
and they all have to take melta bombs.
Yeah, they have to take melta bombs, but they can only use one at a time.
That'll make them really good. Oh yeah, you just wait. You just wait.
Wait till I'm in charge of the pack. I'll get him.
I'll show you, Jetman.
That's a plow, my mom.
So Jetman, like I feel like that was part of the conversation. I was laughing so hard just thinking about like how
you have to leave the suit on.
You just got a little hole. You didn't.
You just gotta fly, man. Once you talk. Gotta fly.
Oh, it's so brutal. I totally just fucking missed the whole chat. Barth said, "Power right the kisser." Power right the kisser. Is there any word on when an updated Crusade Red Book may come out? We don't know, man.
I thought it was already out, so that was my fault.
No, nobody has that answer, man. I wish, like, we keep speculating, and honestly, like, if it was going to be any time, I'm pretty sure they're going to release some at the. Zach's talking, but we can't hear him. No, we got nothing. But yeah, I would speculate that they're going to release some over at the not the Horse Heresy Day, the weekend pass. What day's coming up?
Weekender, 14th.
Is it? It's not Weekender, is it? It's Warhammer Day or something like that. I can't remember.
Warhammer Fest, whatever.
Warhammer Fest, yeah, whatever day that's coming up, I'm pretty sure they're going to have it there.
Some magical event that's going on in Europe or England that we all hear about.
So yeah, I'm sure there'll be some pre-release, just like the Age of Darkness book was.
Right.
Then maybe some guy will sell it on eBay, and everybody will get all pissed off that somebody bought it.
Warhammer Fest.
Warhammer Fest, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be pissed off at you because you'll buy it.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it, he bid it 100, I bid 90.
Of course he did.
That bastard.
Still can't hear you, Zach.
Alright, roll the guys. I'm gonna roll out. I did finish my Night Lord though.
Hey Jake, did you hear somebody in the hallway?
Yeah.
It's me.
Hold on.
It's Zach. Huh? You guys okay?
Uh-oh.
Zach, we need your assistance. You're a cop.
I was really hoping not to come back, but
Yeah,
nobody was there.
Huh?
No, I heard something.
Yeah, I heard the creaking of the boards walking in the
Yeah, I
hallway,
was like,
and I was like, that's just Jake. And then I was like, oh wait, Jake's right there.
yeah, I was like,
So I like,
Maybe
and
it's
I,
a ghost.
and I thought maybe it was the cat, but she's right here with me.
yeah, no, I heard it too because it was right by my room. I was like,
Well, I can watch y'all's back right now, so it's okay. I see behind y'all.
Dude, like I don't know what the fuck that was. Like it, like legit, like we have creaky boards when you walk in the hallway. Like if you put weight.
Walking on it.
Oh god.
Butthole pucker up a little bit.
Yeah, my butt's puckered right now. I gotta sleep in this house. Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, like that did happen, but like I'm not really worried about it. I got my cat.
She's always trying to kill us anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
It's probably Squatch. All right, guys. So we've been on for a couple hours now. I'm glad to be back. Man, hopefully, what's gonna happen between then and now? Like nothing. We just got nothing really coming up. So we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, we got the whole crew on. Seems like we kind of pattered out at the end. So appreciate you guys coming out. It was nice talking to you guys.
See y'all later.
Later, guys.